Everyone, I'm Kiki. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my opinions on my Van Cleef & Arpels vintage Alhambra pendant. This one is in the vintage size, diamond pave and yellow gold, and I've had it for about 1 year. So I got a comment in a previous video asking just to share my opinions on how I've been liking it, if I've been enjoying it, wearing it a lot, that kind of thing, the usual. And I have to say, this has been my absolute favorite pendant necklace out of all my jewelry. And I don't have a huge collection, but I have a few necklaces and a few pieces here and there. And this is honestly my favorite. Ever since I've had it, I have not taken it off other than to wash it, and it is immaculate. So in terms of the wear and tear, honestly, I'm not saying it's value for the actual cost, because you're 100% paying for the marketing that Van Cleef puts in, the sales service, whatever, right? You're not paying actually just for the material. But having said that, if that is your thing, if you like the brand for whatever reason that you may have, you like clovers. I actually have a backstory of why I really like clovers, and it's a bit cringe, but I might not share it right now. It's a bit of a funny story. Anyway, my point is, because it's diamond and precious metal, it is much more durable than, let's say, the other materials that they use, the precious stones, semi-precious stones, like carnelian, which is actually one of the better ones. But I'm more thinking like malachite, mother of pearl, those really delicate stones. So I think if this is going to be a purchase for you and you're considering it, getting something like the diamond pave or the hammered yellow gold is honestly my best recommendation, and especially because value, they're worth more. They cost more too, yes. The diamonds are worth more, as well as solid gold, and they're easier to take care of. It's almost like you're paying more to have less stress. Like you're paying more upfront to have less of a fussy piece, because I never have to take this off. I do take it off to clean occasionally, but I don't need to technically. I just liked it to be extra sparkly. And to be honest, even with just like Dawn soap and when I'm wearing it, I can just kind of like clean it like that, and it is fine. I'm not like too picky and fussy about that. I have a toddler, so sometimes I just don't have the time to be too like fussed about my jewelry. It has to be like relatively hard wearing. And I was talking to my essay about this, and of course biased because, you know, she works there and she's trying to make a commission, but she's lovely and I truly love her. She is great. She's such a sweet girl, and we have a lot of similar hobbies. But she has the same necklace as me. She actually got hers first in the white gold version, and she wears hers practically every day as well. So just like anecdotal, just the two of us. It's a piece I feel like, okay, fine, you pay more up front, but the cost per wear is lower in the long term if truly that is a look that you enjoy and you like the single pendant look. I really feel like the vintage Alhambra kind of sits in that kind of Goldilocks spot where it's not too big, not too small, and you can truly wear it into old age and have it still be a piece that doesn't feel too childish and still has substance to it, if you know what I mean. Not to be stereotypical, but I feel like the older you get, you might want something a little bit more bold and to be a little bit more like magic sized. Not everybody, but quite a few ladies, when I read like forums on the purse forum, or like just online and talking to friends, I feel like that is the case. But I feel like vintage still works even into your senior years, and hopefully if I have the blessing and privilege of living into my 70s, 80s, 90s and beyond, then I feel like I would still wear this. Like, I'm not sure if I would wear it every day. Probably would, actually. You know what? I scratched that off. I do think actually I would wear this every day. This is how much I like this piece. There's a bit of did I mention a cringe backstory of why I like clover so much? It has nothing to do with Van Cleef. This is before I even knew what luxury was. Like, this was in a childhood, and it is a super, like, oh, it's so cringe. I'm not going to share this right now. I don't think I'm ready to share with the world. But I just love the motif a lot, and I know there's been a lot of controversy right now going on about is luxury over, like in general, the whole TikTok, China exposing the factories shenanigan, that whole thing, as well as the whole influencer Monica, what's her name, with her 5 motif guilloche, and the quality of Van Cleef coming into question. I feel like with the vintage diamond piece that I'm wearing right now, that is less of a worry. First of all, there's not as much metal to tarnish because it's diamonds, and unlike the guilloche piece, there won't be scratches there just because diamonds don't scratch as easily. They do, you can technically, but let's not get into that. For the most part, unless you're doing something you're fairly normal, nothing's going to happen. And it is just such a surprisingly carefree but extremely expensive piece. I'm not going to lie, it is really expensive. Right now, I think it retails for 11,800 Canadian, and just subtract that a bit, maybe probably 9,000 American, I'm guessing. I don't know. I didn't look that up actually. So it is significant. And just to give a comparison, the cheapest vintage sized pendant is in the onyx material, and that one I believe is 4,100 Canadian. So it's more than double the cheapest vintage sized piece. But I would say then if you compare it to something like, and I actually have it on my computer here, let me just pull it up. If you compare it to the guilloche piece, which is solid yellow gold, which is retailing for 5,700 Canadian for the same vintage single motif, and the hammered gold, which is cheaper still, 4,700, I feel like that's kind of where I would steer you if it's a first piece. Maybe I'll make another video. I'm kind of getting off topic here about which like first piece you should get type thing. But anyway, my point is, if you are a sparkly girl, if you love diamonds and like you just really want that extra oomph to your piece, I feel like the additional cost of diamonds for this particular piece is not as high actually as other Van Cleef pieces. Granted, you're still paying a heck of a lot more just to have diamonds and less gold. I know the logic is not logicking, but it's the world we live in, right? So choices you make. So I think the additional cost for diamonds here is actually better, slightly better than other pieces. And I'm going to throw an example out. Let's just say the 5 motif, what's it called? The 5 motif vintage Alhambra bracelet. That retails for 44,000 something Canadian, whereas the regular solid gold piece, let's say the one I'm wearing here or here, would be for a fraction of that price, probably in the 7,000 range. I'm thinking 7,000, 8,000 Canadian dollar range. So that's like less than 1/4 of the cost. So the addition of diamonds makes it more than 75% more expensive for those pieces, whereas double in this case, for a little more than double, feels more palatable. Plus, because of the actual value of it being a lower ticket price than something, let's say, like $44,000 bracelet, which, by the way, guys, I may make another video on that too. So many other video ideas. I'm really considering it. You guys have to talk me out of it or talk me into it. I'm not sure. Either way, but that's really, what I feel about this piece. It is my absolute favorite piece right now, bar none. And it is just so great. I highly recommend to anyone who is considering it to take the plunge, honestly, now rather than later. If you can find it though, for less than retail used, I would say go for that though, because like it's diamond and metal. So like honestly, wear and tear is not going to be crazy on it regardless. And if you can get a bit off retail, why not? Or like tax free. Let's say you guys are going through on vacation near the airport and they have one, I would say grab it then. Tax free is the best. You still probably have to declare the duties and everything, but I feel like you should crunch the numbers and see if that works out better for you. Anyway, I'm going on and on and on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it was helpful for you in any way, I'd love to hear from you. Please like that would really help my channel a lot, and comment. I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye bye. Bye. Jenny.